All right, so in exercise 7-3, we're going to continue using the logical operators or the logical functions. All right, so we just hammered out the if function really quickly, and you're going to need that a couple times here and there. So if you ever do, just go back to exercise 7-1 and 7-2 and watch those, and it should help. In the next exercise, in 7-3, we're going to use the AND function, A-N-D, the AND function. The AND function is a logical function that's going to show one of two answers. It's either going to show the answer of true or it's going to show the answer of false. Those are the only results you can get from an AND function. These functions are going to ignore labels. So anything with letters, ignored. Empty cells, ignored. It only works with values, that is, numbers. In the AND function, you can use multiple logical tests. All of these tests or these expressions must be true. So every criteria must be true in order for it to be true. That's how the AND works. Let me give you an example. The answer is true if you have an older sibling who is a female who is in college. All right? So, do I have an older sister? No. Is she in college? Well, I don't have one. Is it a female? I have a sister, but she's not older. It did not meet that criteria whatsoever. Okay? No. All three have to be true. I'd have to have an older sister who is a female, right? And she went to college. Those would be the three things in order for it to be true. Let's go ahead and give an example using this worksheet. You'll notice I have opened up cust count. Again, it's going to be opened up from your downloaded files. It's short for customer count, and if you look at the document and the information here, we are looking at the number of customers for each store based on a weekday, Monday through Sunday. All right? So, go to cell J3, and we're going to write a label in cell J3 that says all over 150 with a question mark. Nope. Get rid of the question mark. Hit Alt-Enter. You might remember that's the word wrap. We're going to write on weekend with a question mark and then hit Enter. Now you might need to drag this out a little bit. Alt-Enter. All right. Alt-Enter is your word wrap. And then maybe make column 3 a little bit bigger so that that text fits in there. And go ahead and use the format painter to copy the format over. Oops. There we go. Hopefully you can make that work, right? Okay, so now go to cell J4. So what we have to do in order for this to be true, the weekend, all three must be over 150. For the answer to be true. So let's just take a look at Anderson really quick. Friday's 125 customers. Saturday and Sunday are good, but again, all three have to be met. So just doing a quick glance here, I can see that Las Vegas Green Street seems to be true. I've got 155 on Friday, 250 on Saturday, and 200 on Sunday. So let's go ahead and write a formula to test this. Go to cell J4 to start the formula and click the logical Formulas tab and Logical from the Functions library. As I mentioned beginning, this is an AND test. And I love these little examples right here. It says, checks whether the arguments are all true and will only return true if all the arguments are true. Well, let's give the first test, or the first one, a test. So, in the Logical 1 box, with your cursor in Logical 1, click G4. We're testing to see if G4 is greater than, do you remember the number? 150. Oh look, it says it's false. So it's also returning false here as an answer. Well, let's keep going through it. Logical step 2, checking Saturday. So let's check Saturday, H4 greater than 150. Well, that's true, but the answer is still false because all of these must be, all three must be true. And then logical test 3, we're checking to see if Sunday cell I4 is greater than 150. And again, that's going to be true. But please remember, all three must be true. All right, so let's go ahead and click OK and test this. All right, the computer customer count must be greater than 150 for each weekend to show true. and it's not. We know that Friday is the one that seems to be missing. Go ahead and copy this formula down all the way through the end of row J35, all the way through Yakima. And you're going to notice right away there's just a handful that are actually returning a true of 150 or more. Note, all right, a day's count must be greater than 150. So we didn't make it greater than or equal to. It's got to be over 150. Okay, so if you see one in there, you're like, well, wait a minute, it's 150. Well, 150 is not going to count. It's greater, or it's got to be over 150. So in this case, it looks like Las Vegas Green Street is a true. Let's see if we can find that right there. Yep, that one's true. We have Reno as a true. And it looks like Olympia is also true. Those are the three true values that when all three. So again, that logical test is called the AND test. We're going to continue with some more logical tests here in exercise 7-4.